everyone, welcome to my shop and check out my machine here today. This is the CanaWeld 201 PulseD machine. This is an AC/DC TIG welding machine, as well as option for stick welding. I've had this machine in my shop for over 5 years now. This is a machine that I've used not only for personal projects, but I've also used it for hundreds of demonstrations on my YouTube channel. And today we're gonna go over how this has held up over the years and a few different changes that I've made to this machine over the years of using it. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Dusty James. I have a TIG welding channel on YouTube called Pacific Arc TIG Welding. I demonstrate all types of different gear that I love using for TIG welding. There's a ton of demonstrations and a ton of stuff to learn on my channel, as well as some fun stuff like some art projects and stuff I just feel like building as well. If you're not familiar with my channel, be sure to check it out if you're looking for more information on getting going with TIG welding. Plenty of resources on there for you. Okay, so back to the machine here. Again, this is the 201 PulseD by CanaWeld. I've had this machine for over 5 years now, and you can even look on my YouTube channel back in the history of it. You can see the first unboxing and review that I did for it right here. So over the years, this thing has been put through its paces here. Now, right out of the box, this thing was honestly an awesome package to pick up. And this thing came fully ready to go with all the accessories that you would need to get welding on day one. The machine itself is tiny. Take a look at this thing. It is literally as big as a medium-sized toolbox. It's light. It can fit anywhere near a proper electrical socket. It plugs into a 240 outlet, although it did come with this adapter, so you can also use it with a 120 outlet, but I've always used the 240 output as a proper power supply. You can see that it just slides into the shelf right here, nice and tidy. No need to have a massive welding cart or have it take up space on a shop table or a shop floor somewhere. I don't really have a lot of room in this shop that I work in here, so having it tucked away on a nice little shelf is perfect for me. When it's all plugged in and ready to go, you can see when I switch it on, it fires up, and you can hear the fan kick on pretty much right away. But one of the things I love about this machine is the fan actually clicks off after a few minutes of not being used. This is a great little feature. A lot of the machines I've used in here usually just have the fan roaring away all times. So this little fella going into quiet mode is nice in a small shop like this. The panel for all the settings on this machine is great simply because it is so simple. I've used dozens of different types of TIG welding machines over my career, and one of the most annoying things with trying to train people how to TIG weld is how somebody can become really overwhelmed with all the different layout of different settings on the machine and how you can access different menus and stuff like that. So half the time trying to teach them how to TIG weld is also teaching them how to use their machine properly. But this machine keeps it as simple as it can get, honestly. The menu is a side-to-side scrolling menu, super easy. You can scroll forwards and backwards to whatever setting you want to readjust, and you adjust and program everything literally with one button. It's so simple, it's awesome. Now you can take a look at the layout of this here. We'll go over what it has on the machine panel. Then you got a setting for upslope, a setting for amperage, downslope as well. You have settings for pre and post flow. You can make adjustments to those according on what type of material you're welding. You even get a settings bank for pulse welding too. I've been able to TIG weld some pretty thin stuff using the pulse setting on this machine. It's really fun. Now the amperage range only goes up to about 200 amps, but you'd be surprised with how much I've been able to weld with this amount of amperage with this little fella here. One of the biggest projects that I did with this one is I welded up all these huge aluminum fence posts using it. It was pretty thick material. A little bit more amperage certainly would make this job a little easier to do a little quicker, but you can see with patience and proper planning that I still got it done all good. I was really happy with this project. So for the machine itself, it's tiny, it's simple, and it's capable of doing a lot of serious work after you get it set up how you want. Now, for some accessories that you will get with this machine. You can see with the original setup that I got right out of the box here, it comes pretty much with everything that you would ever need, short of obviously your power supply and your gas. It comes with a regulator, it comes with a gas hose, it has a foot pedal that you can use, and of course your torch lead, and even some stuff for you to get set up and do some stick welding as well. To be completely honest, I've never even used the stick welding setup. For the type of work that I do in this little shop here, there's honestly just no need for it. I do all like specialty TIG welding stuff in here, but it is cool to see that I could have a stick welding setup in no time in here, so maybe someday. Now for the foot pedal here, I personally do find that this foot pedal is a little bit big. I prefer a foot pedal that's a little more slim like this. You'll find that foot pedals like this are a lot easier to scoot around on the ground. Bigger pedals can sometimes tend to tip over and be a little harder to scoot around. Now, one thing that's actually new about this setup is CanaWeld has upgraded this foot pedal since I got this machine. The new machines actually come with this one here. This foot pedal is a lot slimmer. There were some rubber stops on the bottom that I have removed. And actually after taking these off, this thing scoots around the floor pretty nicely. Again, you can leave these little rubber stops on, but taking them off does give you a lot more freedom to slide and scoot your pedal around the ground. So it's nice to see some innovation as well as some updated parts to this machine that it now comes with. Now the torch lead that the machine came with is pretty cool. It works absolutely fine. It has a trigger function built into it. So if you're looking to use this feature, it's good to go right out of the box. Personally, I prefer a torch that's a lot lighter as well as having better dexterity. This one that came with the machine is just a little bit big and a little bit clunky for me, that's all. But here's the nice thing about the machine is that the connections for the terminals that you see here, these are super common DINS style connections. So if you're looking to upgrade to something lighter or a little more specialty, you can see I picked up a really lightweight CK Worldwide torch, and it swaps over super easy, literally in seconds. The torch that came with it, I have used it to try it out, but honestly, it hasn't had a ton of use. Like I said, all it is it's just not really the style of type of TIG welding that I like doing in here. But like I said, it is so awesome that you can just switch this up to something that you would rather use or something that you prefer. And CanaWeld did actually send me a different torch. It's this one here. This one's much more lightweight. It has really good dexterity. And I do think that they will be offering a package for the 201 PulseD where it actually already comes with a lightweight torch included. So that's really nice. You can get set up with that right out of the box again. I do wish that with the 201 PulseD, you could have it upgraded to a water-cooled option. Having a water-cooled torch really is something nice. That would be my only wish for this machine. Even when you're using a nice specialty torch like this one here for aluminum TIG welding, it heats up really fast in your hand. But it doesn't really heat up a ton when you're welding stainless steel or other welding done on DC negative, and especially stuff where you're welding with less amperage. Like I've said, even though the torch and the line gets pretty hot at times when welding aluminum, taking a break here and there to let it cool down, I have still been able to get some pretty serious welding done with it. But check out this other CanaWeld machine here. This is the 281 Pulse. This thing is a monster. It's got more amperage. It's obviously water cooled. It's really sweet to use. But honestly, do you want to know the funny thing? Is I still prefer using the 201 PulseD. Like I said, it's so simple. It's beautiful. It's really light, easy to use. And for the price point, if you want to get into TIG welding, this is a great option. You can save yourself some money, maybe upgrade your torch lead as well as some accessories for it. This machine is a lot of fun to do welding with. Now, this is a genuine review here. I have used this thing on my channel for years in my videos. It's held up great, like I said, with both light duty welding as well as heavier stuff as well. And I'm super happy that I have this little fella in my collection of machines here at my shop. Be sure to check out CanaWeld's website. At the time of this video being made here right now, they have a ton of different options as far as different machines as well as different welding applications and cutting stuff. And their customer service has always been very kind and very helpful. My name is Dusty James for Pacific Arc TIG Welding. Fill and chill. Have a good one. Happy welding.